Hello, my dear students. Hope you have seen the previous video and you are very clear what about the text we have covered. So, narrator wanted Ranga to get married, and he also had a suitable match for him, that was Ratna. And he beautifully laid a plan for this. He called Ratna to come to his house to fetch some buttermilk, and on the same moment, he also called Ranga there because he wanted Ranga to meet Ratna. He knew that Ranga would like her, and he also told Ratna to start singing before Ranga arrived, and Ratna was not aware of this, and she was quite familiar with the narrator, so she started singing, and she sang beautifully. When Ranga came, and he was just to enter, but he was very tempted with the voice. He thought should he enter or not, but the voice was so attractive that he wanted to see who the singer was. As soon as he entered, Ratna, seeing a stranger, stopped. And not only this, the narrator also added some humor in the story by telling Ranga, whom he could clearly see was very attracted towards Ratna. He told him that the girl, means Ratna, was already married, although she was not. Then why did narrator say so, that she was married? He said so because he wanted Ranga to accept that he had started liking the girl and he wanted to marry her. That's the reason he told this lie. I went to our Shastri the next morning, the last para of the same page, and told him, keep everything ready to read the stars. So, narrator, okay, please keep in mind that we have not got the name of the narrator as far. The narrator went to his Shastri. Shastri are the persons who make astrologies and tell about the stars and futures. So he went to the Shastri the next morning and told him, keep everything ready to read the stars. I'll come later. I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. So not only he informed him that he will come, he also told him what to say when he would come. So the astrology would not be made on the basis of stars by the Shastriji. Shastriji would speak whatever narrator had told him. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. Narrator went to Ranga to meet him that afternoon. In the morning, he had come to know that the girl was married and he was quite upset about this. And at afternoon also, he was that much upset. What's the matter? You seem to be lost in thought, I said. Narrator said, why are you so upset? Why are you so lost? What happened? Nothing's wrong, believe me. That's what Ranga said. Nothing. How could he say that he liked Ratna because she was married? Headache? Come, let's go and see a doctor. Narrator said, do you have a headache? Come, let's go and see a doctor. Although narrator here knows why Ranga is upset, but he is deliberately, you can say, pretending that he doesn't know anything. Then Ranga replied, I have no headache. I am my usual self, means I'm alright. I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. Narrator is again teasing Ranga. He said, I also felt the same like you are feeling now, but I felt this thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I don't think that could be a reason for your present condition. Why are you behaving like this? Because you don't want to marry a girl, so there cannot be any matter of a girl. So why are you looking like this? Ranga stared at me. Come, let's go and see Shastri, I suggested. Narrator said, come, let's go and meet Shastri. Already made plan. It was already pre-plan of the narrator. We will find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not, whether all the graha are favorable or not. Why are you feeling this? Ranga accompanied me without any protest. He was not in a mood to prolong the conversation. He just went with the narrator. As soon as Shastri saw me, he exclaimed, what a surprise, Shyama. Haven't seen you for a long time. Shastri said this. Now two persons went there, one narrator and second Ranga. Shastri said, what a surprise, Shyama. So he's addressing someone as Shyama and said, I haven't seen you since a long time, for a long time. Then narrator announces, Shyama is none other than your servant. the narrator of this tale. So the narrator of the story is Shama. I got angry and shouted, "What, only this morning?" Narrator got angry because he had met him the same morning, but that had to be a secret. Okay, because narrator could not tell Ranga that he had already come to Shastri and tutored him what to say about Ranga. That was a secret and meant to be. But narrator forgot this and he said, "Only this morning?" Shastri completed my sentence. "You finished all your work and are now free to visit me." So Shastri was smart enough to stop that sentence and he molded it that he said, "Okay, this morning you have finished your work and now you are free to visit me." Had he not done so, again that conditional structure, had he not done so, I would have ruined, destroyed our plan by bursting like grains that are kept in the sun to dry. ठीक है, इफ शास्त्री ने नहीं रोका होता सो नरेटर डेफिनेटली अपना ही प्लान ख़राब कर लेता. Like sometimes grains are also damaged due to when they are kept for getting dry in sunlight, some burst and they get destroyed, so uska plan bhi destroy ho jata. I was extremely careful of what I said afterwards, and then narrator got extra careful for whatever he was saying. He did not want his plan to be spoiled. Shastri turned to Ranga. "When did the young son of our accountant clerk come home?" he asked. "What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visits us." So he's asking, what can I do for Ranga? Take out your paraphernalia. Paraphernalia are all the documents related to your profession. And for Shastri ji, it could be their calendar and whatever they have for counting the stars. "Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind," narrator said. "Can you tell us what's worrying him? Why is he so upset? Please tell." "Shall we put your science of astrology to the test?" Narrator said that I want to test your astrology. But it's not a test on the astrology because narrator had already told everything to Shastri. Had narrator not told everything to Shastri and then Shastri would have told about the girl, then there was some kind of test. Otherwise it's just a saying by him. There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Shastri because he knew that the test, he will be clearing the test. Answers are already told to Shastri, so how could his science be failed? He took out 2 sheets of paper, some cauries, maybe you have seen white color or different colors की भी होती हैं कौड़ियाँ, and a book of palmyra leaves, saying, "Ours is an ancient science, Ayya." Ayya is a respectful word in South language. "There is a story to it, but I won't tell you that story now. This is not a Hari Katha, which allows you to tell a story within a story." So he says that my story of astrology is not that interesting one like Hari Katha. So I'll be not telling you this story now. You may get bored. I'll tell it to you some other time. So I'll tell you about my astrology some other time. Shastri moved his lips fast as he counted on his fingers. So he's counted all the graha of Ranga and then asked, "What's your star?" Ranga didn't know. "Never mind," Shastri said. Shastri indicated with a shake of his head. He did some more calculations before saying in a serious tone, very seriously he said, "It's about a girl." Means if there is something on Ranga's mind, if Ranga is worried, it's about a girl. I had been controlling my laughter all this while. So narrator, who knew what the answer was going to come out of Shastri's mind because he had already told the answer, so it was very tough for him to control his laughter. But now I burst out laughing. As soon as Shastri said it's about a girl, narrator started laughing. I turned to Ranga, exactly what I had said. Same he said when he said that I felt the same when the girl choice, the choosing of a girl for me was going on. So exactly what I had said. "Who's the girl?" "It was your humble servant," means your narrator, who asked the question. "Who's the girl?" Shastri thought for a while before replying. "She probably has the name of something found in the ocean." So now he's coming to the name with all his tactics of astrology. "Kamala, maybe," he said. "Could it be Pachi or Moss?" Narrator asked. "Must it be Moss if it's not Kamala?" Then he said, Shastri said, "If it is not Kamala, it can be Moss." "Why not Pearl or Ratna, the precious stone?" The astrologer said. The name could also be Pearl or Ratna. So in the end, he came to that particular name. Ratna? The narrator said. The girl in Ramarao's house is Ratna. Tell me, is there any chance of our negotiations, our communications bearing fruit? If I talk about Ranga and Ratna's marriage, can it be successful? Can the communication be successful? Definitely, he said after thinking for some time. Astrologer thought for some time and said, yes, you can talk to Rama Rao about this marriage. And now there was surprise on Ranga's face and some happiness also. I noticed it. So why was he surprised? Because Ranga, as told by the narrator, thought that Ratna was married. And he was happy because somewhere he came to know that, oh, she was not married. So he got happy. But that girl is married, I said. Again, narrator was teasing Ranga, and second time he said, oh, that girl is married. Then I turned to him. Then he again looked at Ranga's face. His face had fallen. So he had again felt that kind of worry or upsetness or sadness. I don't know all that, astrologer said. There may be some other girl who is suitable. I only told you what our Shastras indicated, Shastri said. So Shastri said, I don't know who can be the girl, but I have told you about the name and indications. And this is what I have told you on the basis of my Shastra. We know in the story that whatever he has told is on the basis of the indications given by the narrator. But he says, whatever I have said, it's done by astrology. It happens many a times when you go to some astrologers, they ask you about your past experiences, and on the basis of that, then they make prophecy. It happens many a times. We left the place. On the way we passed by Rama Rao's house. So narrator with the sad Ranga came, and on the way narrator went inside Rama Rao's house alone. Ratna was standing at the door. I went in alone and came out a minute later. Surprising, this girl isn't married, it seems. And now narrator said, oh, it's for a surprise that the girl isn't married. Although he knew it, but he just wanted to pretend in front of Ranga, and he said, oh, she's not married. Someone told me the other day that she was. He said that somebody told me, but she's not married. What Shastri told us has turned out to be true after all. But Rangappa, I can't believe that you have been thinking of her. Swear on the name of Madhavacharya. Madhavacharya, an exponent of Vedantic philosophy from South India. So he is a kind of god, very respected personality of those. So he said, swear on the name of Madhavacharya and tell me, is it true what Shastri said? So now narrator is asking, really? Whatever Shastri said that you are thinking about a girl named Ratna, is it true? I do not know whether anyone else would have been direct. So narrator said, I don't know if anyone had that daring to ask directly to this thing to Ranga, but I asked, and Ranga admitted. Ranga directly said, there is greater truth in that Shastra than we imagine. He said that I did not think that Shastras are so true. So in this way he is accepting that yes, in his mind there was Ratna. And further he said, what he said is absolutely true. So whatever the Shastri said was true according to Ranga. But it was not told by Shastri. So whatever narrator said, it was true, indirectly. Shastri was at the well when I went there that evening. I said, so Shastri yelled, Shastri ji, you repeated everything I had told you without giving rise to any suspicion. And now narrator said that very good job. You have told everything, repeated everything beautifully without any suspicion. What a marvelous Shastras yours is. And when narrator said, oh, your Shastras are marvelous, this thing he did not like it at all. How could Shastra like this, that his Shastra or his astrology was all fake or was on the basis of what others say? What are you saying? Shastri said very smartly. What you said to me was what I could have found out myself from the Shastras. Okay, कि whatever जो तुमने बताया था, I could have found it on my Shastras. Don't forget, I developed on the hints you had given me. He said, you gave me hint, but I counted the stars and it was there. So that's why I announced this thing, or I claimed this thing. Tell me, is this what a decent man says? Shastri said that is It's not a thing for a decent man to say that my Shastras are not real. And then there is some time gap in the story. See carefully. Rangappa had come the other day to invite me for dinner. Okay, Ranga came to invite Shama, the narrator. What's the occasion? I asked. Narrator asked, what is the occasion? It's Shyama's birthday. He's 3. Okay. He said it's Shama's birthday. Shama is the narrator, but some other Shama is also there who's just 3 years old. It's not a nice name, Shama, I said. Narrator said. I'm like a dark piece of oil cake. Maybe he's very dark in complexion. Why did you have to give that golden child of yours such a name? It means Ranga has given his child the name of the narrator, Shama. He said, I am dark, but your child is so golden. Why have you given him my name? What a childish couple you are, Ratna and you. So ultimately with this line we have come to know that Ranga and Ratna have got married and they have a child of 3 years whose name is Shama. I know. It is the English custom of naming the child after someone you like. Narrator said that it is the English custom that if they like some person, they name their children after him. Your wife is Ratna, is 8 months pregnant now. Who's there to help your mother to cook? So Ranga's mother was doing all the kind of cooking, and Ranga replied, my sister has come with her. I went there for dinner. Shama rushed to me when I walked. So this little Shama also had very good attachment with the narrator Shama. Shama rushed to me when I walked in and put his arms round my legs. I kissed him on his cheek and placed a ring on his tiny little finger. Allow me to take leave of you, reader. I am always here, ready to serve you. You are not bored, I hope. These 2 lines are by the narrator for all of you readers. And your homework is to send me the answers of only these 4 questions. I'll be sending the assignment. Okay, I'll be writing reading with insight. So these questions and sent to me. So you'll have to send all these 4 questions.